Chapter
NK
781, Just Appreciation. Bang! The fat rabbit dripped grease onto the charcoal, making crisp crackling sounds. So fragrant. Lu Waimong swallowed hard. Before her were earthen bowls, chopsticks, and a steaming cup of pine tea. Not only her, but also the Nan sisters and two starlets sat around the wooden table, their eyes fixed on the rabbit roasting on the grill. Tonight's dinner was roasted hare. To avoid hassle, everyone agreed on wild rabbit, simple and quick. Bang! Van Han held a rabbit hair brush dipped in oil, carefully brushing the golden skin. Wait a little longer, soon we can eat. She raised her head and spoke gently. Mm. Lu Waimong swallowed and sipped hot tea. A few minutes later, Van Han moved big coals aside, leaving only small ones for heat. All right, time to eat. She set down the bamboo tongs with a soft smile. Crunch! Her army knife cut into the belly meat, about 2 fingers thick. First for Van Han, this part is the best. Lu Waimong placed the piece into her bowl. You worked hardest, eat first. She then served Nan Nu Nok, then So Fong. No, next is my sister. Lu Waimong laughed. And the other piece? No Tin Noi yet pouted. Lu Waimong gave it to her elder sister, then chuckled. Hee hee, then this for sister Tin Noi yet. That is fine. No Tin Noi yet smiled. After everyone was served, more than half the rabbit was gone. Crunch! Nan Nu Nok's eyes shone. Delicious, even better than last night's red wolf meat. Ha, back home surely Ox sister will mention me. No Tin Noi yet pouted. She had eaten 2 large pieces and worried about getting fat. No need, Ox sister will mention you anyway. Tai Vai Din said calmly. Right, no escape. No Tin Noi yet muttered. Doesn't matter, since we will be mentioned, eat enough first. Lu Waimong waved innocently. True. No Tin Noi yet laughed, stuffing more rabbit meat into her mouth. So Fong shook his head. Was she finding excuses? Lu Waimong, with her mouth full, asked muffled. By the way, going hunting tomorrow? Yes, do you want to join? So Fong asked softly. Lu Waimong nodded. Of course, how can I miss it? And Van Han? He looked at her. I can't, someone must stay to guard. Van Han shook her head gently. I won't go either. Nan Nu Nok raised her hand. Lu Wai Thursday softly said. Leave hunting to professionals. All right. So Fong nodded. With Vai Din here, you are safe. What, Sister Vai Din not going? Lu Waimong asked in surprise. Tai Vai Din nodded faintly. Yes, not going. Hee hee, Sister Vai Din stays with us. Van Han teased. Tai Vai Din's lips curved slightly. I'm still angry at those true brothers. Lu Waimong said suddenly. Don't worry, next time let So Fong teach them. Van Han reassured. I want to kick their butts hard. Lu Waimong clenched her fist. Cough, lady, be modest. Lu Wai Thursday sighed, lowering her voice. If you must kick, do it quietly. Right, secretly. Van Han agreed. I want to kick too. No Tin Noi yet set the chopsticks down in anger. Tai Vai Din tapped her head. Watch your words and actions, don't let the media catch you. Got it. No Tin Noi yet stuck her tongue out playfully. I'm full. Nan Tan Nok put down her chopsticks and rubbed her belly with satisfaction. I can't eat more. Nan Nu Nok licked her finger. Let Van Han finish. Nan Tan Nok added and set her chopsticks down. No one else. Van Han blushed. All right, I will eat it all. She grinned, put the chopsticks aside, and used her hands. Eat? So Fong smiled fondly. Nearly 10 minutes later, only a pile of bones remained. Satisfied, Van Han sucked her fingers. You sit, we will wash the dishes. Nantan Nok stood with Lu Wai Thursday, sweeping the bones into a bucket. Vi Din, come down with me. So Fong stretched and smiled. I will teach you a few moves. All right. Tay Vi Din was startled. Then quickly stood and followed. Shall we watch? No Tin Noyet looked at Lu Wai Mong. Let's go. Curious, Lu Wai Mong followed her. The two leaned over the railing and looked down. That body makes one swallow saliva. No Tin Noyet teased. She patted Lu Wai Mong's shoulder and laughed. Don't you think So Fong looks great? Yes, compared to when we first met, he is like a different man. Lu Wai Mong blushed. Heart moved. No Tin Noyet winked. Hee, aren't you too? Lu Wai Mong asked back with a grin. I just appreciate, handsome and talented men with a fine figure are rare. No Tin Noyet sighed. Then I am just appreciating too. Lu Wai Mong pouted. Really? No Tin Noyet smiled. Lu Wai Mong's eyes wandered as she pretended to be calm. Of course, otherwise what? Chapter 782, full of flaws. Alright, I am not joking with you anymore. No Tin Noyet smiled. Don tilted her head away, shifting her attention to Tay Vi Din and So Fong below. Wait a moment. So Fong spoke casually, then raised his hand to control the drone, directing its camera toward the wooden house. Tay Vi Din stood still, awaiting the next instruction. Good, now use all your strength to attack me. He set up a defensive stance, eyes on her. I am observing your moves to see if there are weaknesses. He said calmly. Weaknesses? Tay Vi Din frowned deeper. Could there really be? She did not believe it. Her championship was the best proof. There is no perfect move in this world, so do not be overconfident. So Fong gestured to begin. All right. She inhaled deeply, pinned up her hair, tightened her clothes, and immediately took an attacking stance. Come, do not worry about hurting me, he said indifferently. She did not answer, but showed it with action. She pushed off with both legs, launching a high sweeping kick at his head. Her expression changed. No matter how she struggled, she could not escape. Continue. He frowned and released his grip. She cast aside doubt, quickly launched a punch at his side, lowering her stance for the next move. I have not seen your match videos, but now I can see many problems. His voice sounded at her ear. In the next instant, her arm was seized, her body lifted off, and she was thrown hard onto the ground. Ah! On the upper floor, No Tin Noyet and the others gasped. Vi Din, are you all right? She rushed down, shouting, Do you not know what it means to cherish a girl? Lu Wai Mong followed, face filled with anger. I am fine, it does not hurt. Tay Vi Din stood up, ignoring the dust on her. She understood he was right. This was much gentler than normal training. Truly all right? No Tin Noyet asked. Yes, do not worry. She looked deeply at him and said, I even want to thank you for pointing out my weaknesses. Continue. She nodded firmly. Van Han spoke softly, Please, be gentle. No need, for me this is better. She replied with a low voice, only by facing flaws could she improve. Very good. He lifted a thumb in praise, such awareness was rare. Van Han hesitated, but do not worry, he knows his limits. Lu Wai Thursday held her hand. All right then. Van Han sighed. Continue. He cast a reassuring look at the girl, then faced her again. Ha! She cried softly, rushing forward again. But what shocked her was that each strike was easily blocked, her flaws exposed precisely. Huff, huff. She stopped, hands on knees, panting. Enough, stop here. He brushed his hands. I can go on. She stood firm. Greed brings loss, fix your issues first. He warned calmly. She opened her mouth and sighed, all right then. I will show you once. He stepped back, performed the same kick, but lowered his leg to leave room. Understand? He asked gently. I understand. She breathed deep, calming herself. Then continue. He said no more, for it needed self-comprehension. Is there any difference? No Tin Noyet asked in confusion. To her, his kick was the same as hers. I do not understand either, but she seems terrified. Van Han said softly. Professionals see the technique, outsiders just see the show, not understanding is normal. Lu Wai Thursday said. True enough. Van Han shrugged. They start again. Nan Nu Nok shouted. Let them practice, since we cannot understand, shall we play mahjong? Lu Wai Mong nudged her shoulder. All right. No Tin Noyet brightened, turning inside. Sister, come quickly. Voices called from within. Coming. Lu Wai Thursday replied. Van Han glanced once more, then was pulled inside. Time passed slowly. Half an hour later, he pulled back his fists. He looked at her and asked, Do you understand now? Yes. She bent, gasping, sweat covering her forehead. Good, we stop here today. If unclear, ask me again. He clapped, admiring her talent. She straightened, took a deep breath, sincerely thanked, Thank you. It is nothing, tomorrow I leave this place to you, also supervise their training. He waved carelessly. Remember to rest before bathing. He reminded while heading upstairs. She stared at his back, pride inside shattered completely. Only now she realized her moves had so many flaws. She wondered, why had her master not seen this before? Could it be he is stronger than my master? The thought frightened her. He was barely in his 20s, how could he surpass her teacher? Impossible. She could not be sure, but today's display made her doubt, even her master might not withstand it. Coming here was truly worthwhile. Chapter 783, I will cling to So Fong. Ah. Van Han pursed her lips and sat up from the bed, her face still bearing clear marks left by her hair. She instinctively scratched her cheek, and only after a long moment did she fully wake up. The girl was about to get off the bed, but in the next instant her hand was pulled, and she fell onto So Fong. When Van Han realized, she was looking straight into So Fong's black eyes filled with a smile, their bodies close together. So Fong frowned slightly, his lips twitching. The girl's face flushed red, she did not resist, everything felt natural. After a while, she pushed against his chest and sat up again, but before he could speak she had already run out in embarrassment. How does it taste? Suddenly, No Tin Noyet's voice sounded beside him. She had woken up at some point and was leaning toward him. So Fong curled his lips and said, Not bad at all. I see. He sat up, his voice gentle. Ah. No Tin Noyet yawned and left the bed, raising her arms high, her graceful curves revealed. The camera. So Fong reminded. NK books. It's fine. No Tin Noyet lowered her hands, her shirt once again covering her waist and navel. So Fong shrugged, got out of bed, put on his shoes, and walked to the window. Still not used to it. He laughed, turned around, took his washing kit, and went downstairs. Tevai Din, awake at some point, said casually, You are not so young anymore. She got up, put on her shoes, walked to the window, and asked softly, Want to fall in love? Do you think anyone here suits me? No Tin Noyet tilted her head and smiled. Tevai Din thought for a moment and shook her head, knowing how messy the entertainment world was, there was hardly anyone pure like her. There were some, but none truly worthy. What about So Fong? Tevai Din stared into her eyes. What? No Tin Noyet froze, thinking she misheard. How about So Fong? Tai Vai Din asked again, unusually talkative. I didn't know you gossiped. No Tin Noyet chuckled, poking her cheek. Tai Vai Din's lips twitched, she asked again, seriously. He is very good, handsome, talented, and caring. No Tin Noyet counted with her fingers, then clenched her fist and smiled gently, but he already belongs to someone, not a flower but a blade of grass. You could. Tai Vai Din tried to speak more, but No Tin Noyet covered her mouth. I understand, but I cannot. She smiled, then turned and left. Ah. Everyone, wake up. Lu Waimong yawned, pulling her hand from her sister. Good morning. Tai Vai Din greeted softly. Soon after, the Nan sisters woke up. The girls went to wash by the stream. It's troublesome, without salted meat what shall we eat? Van Han worriedly looked at the empty rack. No need for meat, just bring salt and oil. So Fong said lightly. No, if you don't catch prey, then what? Shall we starve? Van Han shook her head. That chance is small. So Fong said confidently. Van Han glanced at him. Didn't you often return empty-handed before? I can catch a rabbit, or bring one alive. When hungry we eat. She said and moved to go downstairs. That is too troublesome. So Fong shook his head bitterly, reaching out to stop her. It's fine, Sister Mong is willing. Van Han smiled, dodged him, and went down. What did she say? Lu Waimong asked curiously. She wants us to bring a rabbit. So Fong explained. Lu Waimong's eyes brightened, she said, I think it's fine, let me handle it. Then bring it. So Fong laughed. Hee, I will help catch the rabbit, today's breakfast depends on it. Lu Waimong packed her things, excitedly rushed downstairs. Time passed, nearly 2 hours later, everyone ate their fill and packed their things. This time not much, just carry water, salt, and oil. Van Han muttered as she arranged the bamboo basket. Don't mess, stay put. Lu Waimong pressed the rabbit's head back down. Nan Nunok said gently, you better pray today's hunt succeeds, or misfortune may follow. That is true. So? Fong laughed, as long as they caught prey the rabbit could still be kept. All packed, here is salt and oil, here are wild vegetables. Van Han pointed at the small bundles. All right. So Fong stood, shouldered the basket, and accepted the bow and arrows from Lu Wai Thursday. Be safe on the way, take care of them. Van Han reminded again. I know, you also take care, don't run around when I'm gone. So Fong patted her head affectionately. He paused then added, if nothing happens, I will return tomorrow before dark. Yes, I know. Van Han nodded. I'm off. So Fong bent down and kissed her forehead. Sister, I'm going. Lu Waimong waved her bow. Lu Wai Thursday reminded, be safe, don't leave So Fong's side. I know, I will stick to him. Lu Waimong said half joking. Nunok, what I said last time still holds, understand? Nan Tan Nok whispered to her younger sister. Sister, I know, you must be careful too, I will help. Nan Nunok replied softly. Yes, I'm leaving. Nan Tan Nok walked away. Chapter 784, Devilish Training. Be careful. Nan Nunok shouted. Nan Tan Nok did not turn back, she just waved and said, got it. Van Han watched as So Fong and the others disappeared, sighed, only 4 of us remain. They will return tomorrow, do not worry. Lu Wai Thursday patted her shoulder. Van Han smiled, true, So Fong is strong. Go down for training. Tai Vai Din suddenly said. Ha? Van Han and Lu Wai Thursday were stunned. So Fong told me. Tai Vai Din opened the wooden door and went down, standing in the quiet yard. Come. The 3 girls looked at each other, smiled bitterly, and followed, thinking So Fong left nothing unchecked. Van Han asked, Sister Vidin, did So Fong tell you to train? Yes, last night when we sparred, he told me. Now we start. Tay Vidin took a stance. All right. Van Han sighed and followed. Nan Nu Nok and Lu Wai Thursday also complied, no escape today. Elsewhere, So Fong with Lu Wai Mong and others walked downstream. So Fong, if the Zhao brothers come again, can Sister Vidin handle them? Lu Wai Mong asked. So Fong smiled, relax, 2 weak chickens are no problem. Yes, they are skin and bones, weak indeed. No Tin Noyet laughed softly. Good then. Lu Wai Mong breathed out. Let us go, time is short. So Fong said, aiming for the hillside where goats lived. Time passed fast, they rested 4 times and finally arrived 1 hour before dark. So Fong put down the basket, grabbed his bow, and said, You rest here, I will scout and return soon. Want me to help? Nan Tan Nok asked. No, relax. So Fong replied, walking toward the hill. Nan Tan Nok wanted to speak, but Lu Wai Mong stopped her. Sit, in less than 15 minutes he will return. You know him well. No Tin Noyet teased. Of course, I hunt with him often. Lu Wai Mong said proudly. Van Han would be jealous. No Tin Noyet laughed. Haha, enough. Lu Wai Mong waved, her eyes distant. In the woods, So Fong hid his presence, stepped lightly, and reached the cliff. The hill was overgrown, perfect food for goats. Ba ba. 7 or 8 goats grazed. Good, dinner secured. So Fong smiled but turned back, worried for the girls. Minutes later, he returned. So Fong, how was it? Nan Tan Nok asked quickly. Lu Wai Mong smiled, from his face, he found goats. Correct, take gear to hunt. So Fong said. I can only cheer for you. No Tin Noyet smiled, she could not shoot. Step lightly, do not alarm them. So Fong warned. Understood. The 3 whispered, bows ready. Soon, they reached the forest edge, seeing the cliff. Now show your skill, we will know soon. So Fong looked at Lu Wai Mong. Why look at me like that? Lu Wai Mong blushed. You know why. So Fong smiled, drew his bow at the largest goat. Whoosh. Ba ba. Bang bang. The arrow struck, the goat fell, crashing into rocks, nearly dead. Whoosh. The second arrow flew, Nan Tan Nok aimed at a smaller goat. Ba ba. Bang bang. The goat fell down too. Amazing. Nan Tan Nok exclaimed. Whoosh. Lu Wai Mong missed her shot. Ba ba. The goats fled, climbing fast and vanishing. So Fong lowered his bow. Chapter 785, Humble Growth. Rest assured, I am very gentle. So Fong grinned, eyes gleaming slyly. I trust you like a ghost, men only tell lies, last time you also said that. Lu Wai Mong glanced coldly at So Fong. Well, this time I mean what I say. So Fong replied earnestly. I do not believe you. Lu Wai Mong scolded. If you keep chatting, those goats will run away. No Tin Noyet spoke quietly. Right, forget it. Nan Tan Nok sobered, hurried to the cliff, and skillfully finished the goat with an arrow. Looks like the rabbit kept its life. Lu Wai Mong sighed, 2 goats were enough for 8 people to eat for months. Tonight let us stay at the cliff, it will be safer. So Fong moved to the cliff, judging the terrain, the rocks offered cover, safer at night. I will gather wood and hay, you handle the goats. No Tin Noyet said brightly. Tan Nok, go too, it is safer. So Fong urged. All right. Nan Tan Nok released the arrow, stood and followed No Tin Noyet. So Fong reminded again, if there is danger, shout, do not go far. Understood. Nan Tan Nok answered firmly. So Fong looked up at the cliff, had not checked it for a while. We will go tomorrow, now deal with the goats. He smiled, drew his axe, and butchered the goat. Not trusting me alone here? Lu Waimong asked playfully. Take it as you caring for me. So Fong said casually. Lu Waimong froze, then blushed, quietly helped with the other goat. Why so silent? So Fong tilted his head. Nothing. Lu Waimong feigned calm. Really? So Fong doubted. Of course. She smiled and nodded. Fine then. He shrugged, could not guess her mind. Time passed, night deepened, light dimmed, vision blurred. We are back. No Tin Noyet and Nantan Nok returned with baskets full of wood and hay, enough for the night. Well done. So Fong cut the goat head and placed it on the rock. It was fine, compared to you nothing. Nantan Nok said softly, seeing the bloody ground and bones, admiring their efficiency. She raised her hand, let me make fire. Do it. So Fong nodded. She pulled a rope, crafted a fire bow, recalled his method, soon firelit. Crackle. Wood burned, sparks flew, illuminating as night fell. We must be careful, blood smell may attract beasts. Nantan Nok worried. Yes, tonight will not be calm. So Fong sighed, goat blood was much, the scent spread far. Lu Waimong clenched fists, then more food. She still blamed herself for the missed shot, she did not want to always rely on him. Then handle it yourself? So Fong smirked. Oof. She pursed lips, pretended not to hear. She said boldly, I am not a pervert like So Fong, of course humble growth. Good. He raised thumb. You said it so fresh. No Tin Noyet laughed. Oomph, not talking to you. She turned away, took out pot to cook. She raised chin, wash wild greens first. As you order. No Tin Noyet joked. I will salt the meat. Nantan Nok took salt from the basket, leftovers stolen by the True Brothers, hidden behind herbs, little remained. The rest is up to you. So Fong held goat horns, sat on rock guarding. So our safety is yours. Lu Waimong spoke innocently. I wonder what the sisters are doing. She muttered. Probably resting. So Fong said. What if training just ended? He smiled faintly. NK Books. Ah, training? Did you plan it? Lu Waimong asked surprised. No, I just told Vai Din to watch. So Fong said slyly. With Vai Din's nature, likely they just finished. No Tin Noyet said gently. I thought they might be bathing. Lu Waimong sighed. No, Vai Din would not allow it. No Tin Noyet shook head. So I escaped a tribulation? She asked happily. Escaped? So Fong looked puzzled. Nothing, you heard nothing. She said sternly. So Fong smiled harmlessly, do not worry, I will make up later. Spare me. She covered her face. You cannot escape. No Tin Noyet laughed. Nantan Nok suppressed laughter, shoulders shaking. Do not tease me. Lu Waimong whined. Chapter 786, Tay Vai Din Cooks. Late at night in the wooden cabin, the girls lay still on the large bed. I do not want to move. Van Han sighed wearily, feeling her legs were no longer hers. Sister Vai Din, you are so cruel. Nan Nu Nok gave a bitter smile and raised a thumb toward Tay Vai Din, who sat calmly. Today, except for lunch, they had no rest, as So Fong made them repeat the training methods again and again. Do not want to move, really do not want to move. Van Han turned her face away, letting her long hair fall. Sister Vai Din, do you know how to cook? Van Han asked in surprise. Tay Vai Din calmly replied, I do not, but it is not hard. Then let me do it. Van Han struggled to sit up. No need, I can. Din said coolly, standing and walking to the kitchen, frowning in thought. Sister Din, what will you make? Nan Nu Nok asked curiously. Not decided yet. Din replied honestly. Van Han staggered off the bed. Sister Din, let me cook. No. Din gently set her on a chair. All right then. Van Han yielded helplessly and sat still. Creak. Din lit the fire, set a pot of water, then hesitated. Sister Din, stew meat, simpler. Van Han suggested. Okay, how? Din asked back. Cut rabbit meat into pieces and put it in first. Van Han said gently. Din cut the rabbit meat. I do not know why, but I feel expectant. Lu Wai Thursday murmured. Nan Nu Nok sighed, I always feel a bad omen. Just wait, soon we will eat. Lu Wai Thursday lay on the bed, legs trembling. Under Din's urging, today she stabbed 6 times, each to the limit before stopping. Clatter. The water boiled, bubbles rising. Din put in the meat, stirred. Cook first, then add wild greens and mushrooms, some remain. Van Han said. Okay. Din searched, found a few mushrooms, picked greens, cut them. Wait, mushrooms first. Van Han reminded. Okay. She put them in. Later she added greens. Sister Din, add salt and oil. Van Han said. Okay. Din scooped more than half a spoon of salt into the pot. Sister Din. Van Han tried to stop her, but too late. Tonight we will drink stew water. Lu Wai Thursday said calmly, but her eyes twitched. Nan Nu Nok nodded, I feel the same. What is it? Din asked. Too much salt. Van Han said wryly. Van Han then suggested, take a ceramic pot, divide half, add more greens and water. Okay. Din cleaned a pot, split the stew, added water. Like this? She asked. Add oil, cook a bit longer. Van Han smiled faintly, unsure it would taste good. Okay. Din added oil to both pots. Clatter. The smell seems okay. Nan Nu Nok whispered. Lu Wai Thursday sniffed, smiling bitterly, we must taste. Maybe it will be good. Nan Nu Nok smiled. Lu Wai Thursday pursed her lips, eat more later, you are too thin. I am dieting. Lu Wai Thursday said calmly. But today was tiring, eat more, you will not get fat. Nan Nu Nok said softly. Lu Wai Thursday stayed silent. All right, ready to eat. Din lifted the lids, brought the pots to the table. Sister Thursday, Nu Nok, dinner. Van Han stood, set the bowls. Coming. The two looked at each other, reluctantly went to sit. Taste Sister Din's cooking. Van Han served them. Taste it. Din sat down. Okay. Nan Nu Nok obediently ate. I will try too. Lu Wai Thursday hesitated then ate. How to say, the taste is special. Lu Wai Thursday pursed her lips, a faint smile. That is fine. Van Han felt at ease, tried it, then froze, finding it bitter and salty. Not edible? Din asked. Still, okay. Van Han said awkwardly. Din also tasted, then looked embarrassed. It is fine, I will adjust it. Van Han hurried to take the pots back to the fire. Chapter 787, Bare Hands. Clop clop. The iron pot and ceramic jar of stew boiled again, the fragrance spread. Truly professional. Din whispered, she decided she should just eat in the future, never cook again. A while later, the girl carried back the pot and jar to the wooden table. Mum. Nan Nunok tasted the
NK
stew.
books.
Her eyes lit up. She raised her thumb and said, "A healing hand." Saved. Lu Wai Thursday pursed her lips with emotion. Delicious. Tay Bai Din's eyes lit up. She sighed, "Every craft has its skill, it makes sense. Everyone has strengths. Bai Din's sister knows martial arts, we do not." Van Han smiled gently. "I wonder how the others are." Nan Nunok paused with her chopsticks. "Do not worry, with So Fong there, maybe they eat even better." Van Han reassured softly. "Van Han, are you not worried for So Fong?" Nan Nunok asked curiously. Van Han smiled brightly. With his strength, the ones to worry are the beasts. So Fong is formidable. Tay Vai Din remarked. As a martial arts champion, there is nothing to fear. Lu Wai Thursday teased kindly. He, but without So Fong, no one massages me. Van Han pouted, her body still sore. "I will help you later." Nan Nunok said softly. "No need, you are tired too. After eating, take a bath and rest early." Van Han said gently. "That is good, soaking feels nice." Nan Nunok smiled, dimples appearing. After half an hour, the pot and jar were empty, most food already eaten by the girls. Tay Bai Din stood up to collect dishes, ready to wash. "Sister Vai Din, let me help." Nan Nunok eagerly followed downstairs. Elsewhere, Lu Wai Mong's group sat around the fire, with an iron pot of goat leg soup, making a hot pot. First time eating hot pot in the wild mountains. Nan Ton Nok sighed, last time was at a shelter. Different feeling. Lu Wai Mong smiled gently. But in this situation, it feels unsafe. Nan Ton Nok smiled bitterly, beasts could come any time yet they still ate hot pot. Not unsafe, it is fine. Lu Wai Mong waved. She placed sliced goat meat by the fire, called, "Sit quickly, dinner is ready." "Okay." No Tin Noyet responded. "So Fong, come down." Lu Wai Mong called. "Coming." So Fong stepped down from the boulder, scanning the area, then jumped down. "Here, chopsticks." Lu Wai Mong handed him. "Of course, my skill is not lacking," she said proudly. "Looks like just bones with salt to me." No Tin Noyet teased. She laughed lively, "He, eat quickly. Long since I ate roasted goat." Lu Wai Mong dropped meat into the pot, the broth boiled. "Likes dipping, but taste is fine." So Fong chewed goat meat, this time he had no mint or wasabi, only wild ginger. "Russell." So Fong frowned, dropped chopsticks, turned toward the woods. "What is it?" Lu Wai Mong mumbled with a mouthful of meat. "Something is coming." So Fong raised his hand to stop her. "Russell." Green eyes flashed in the forest, Nan Ton Nok's hand shook, meat fell. No Tin Noyet froze, not daring to move. "Awu." "Do not panic, stay quiet." So Fong soothed. "Okay." No Tin Noyet's shaky voice answered, strangely she calmed after hearing him. "Food delivered to me." So Fong smirked, picked up his bow, drew an arrow. "Should I help?" Nan Ton Nok also held her bow, though scared, she stepped forward. "No need, just protect yourself." So Fong cracked his neck. "Are you sure?" Nan Ton Nok still worried. Whiz. The arrow shot, pierced a gray wolf. Awu. The wolf collapsed, twitching, the arrow struck its heart. Awu. 6 others howled, charging. So Fong, careful. Nan Ton Nok screamed. "No problem, stay still." So Fong stopped her, confident, "Watch my skill." He set the bow aside, clenched fists, facing the wolves. "Is he fighting bare-handed?" No Tin Noyet gasped. "Looks like it." Lu Wai Mong shrank her neck, admiring his bravery. Awu. The largest wolf lunged. Roll. So Fong snorted coldly, closed eyes. The wolf seemed slow. He punched its belly, sent it rolling. It lay curled. Awu. The others attacked, growling angrily. So Fong focused, left foot grounded, right leg swept, hitting a wolf, throwing it 8 meters away. Instantly, he kicked again. Another wolf flew, fell, did not rise. My God, terrifyingly strong. No Tin Noyet was stunned. Chapter 788, Extraordinary Talent. Awu. A gray wolf collapsed. The sight scared the others, their steps froze. Do not be afraid. So Fong waved his hand. Awu. The 4 remaining wolves were enraged, howling as they rushed at So Fong. Awu. But then they stopped in fear, turned, and vanished into the forest. That is dishonorable. So Fong frowned, not chasing. So Fong, you are too fierce. No Tin Noyet clutched her chest, panting. The intense feeling made her uneasy. Otherwise, how could I dare take you hunting? So Fong smiled, picking up the fallen wolf, finishing it with a kick. Killed 4 gray wolves. Nan Tan not gaped. Every moment of his action stunned her. So Fong tossed the wolves aside, sighing, they were too scared, or I could have killed more. So Fong, you are so different now. No Tin Noyet recalled the first time on the island. He was not so calm. People must grow. So Fong shrugged. Yes, all must grow. No Tin Noyet nodded. Your speed amazes me. Perhaps it is talent. Envy is useless. So Fong smirked. Look at you, so arrogant. No Tin Noyet rolled her eyes. So Fong laughed, of course, but with your temper, you need 10 years or more. What, that long? Lu Waimong was shocked. You did not take so long, right? I am gifted, you quit easily, so you need more time. So Fong mocked. No faster way? Lu Waimong asked. Fine. She pouted. Later we must handle wolf meat, endless work. She sighed. Maybe tonight's haul feeds us for 2 months. So Fong laughed. Then no sleep tonight. Lu Waimong muttered, she preferred fresh meat. I will guard tonight. His tone was gentle. Nantan Nak said firmly, I can help a while. If red wolves or a pack come, what will you do? So Fong asked. Wake you up? She smiled shyly. Better I guard well. So Fong laughed. All right. She gave up. Dinner lasted almost an hour. Nan and No cleaned. Lu handled the meat. So Fong sat on the rock with his bow, eyes half closed at the forest. He only needed to sense danger, like a drone's view. I will help you. Nan put dishes away and sat beside Lu with a knife. Good, you cut and hang, I will handle the other wolf. Lu arranged. Fine, leave it to me. Nan nodded. So Fong stood to help. Do not move, guard properly. Lu cried, our safety depends on you. All right. He sat again. Yes, let us handle this. No scolded and joined. Tin Noyet, your makeup will fall. He teased. Let it fall, real stars are grounded. She laughed. I agree. He nodded. Grounded, stars butchers like me? Lu joked. Such a beautiful butcher is rare. He teased. Of course. She was proud. Rustling sound. His neck tingled, he turned. What, a beast again? Lu tensed. Correct. He stood, eyes fixed. What beast? Nan raised her bow. Not sure, stay still. He warned, mind forming a 3-dimensional map. Trees turned solid, vision pierced, he saw. A jaguar, hiding, staring at them. His mind swept, the power dizzying if used too long. He waited for it to strike. So Fong. No whispered. What? She stepped forward, away from the fire. Nan pursed lips. Step 2, eyes locked. Good, do not move, he said, fists clenched. Chapter 789, Hugging to Sleep. Tan Nak, come back quickly, Lu Waimong shouted nervously. Keep your voice down, So Fong said helplessly, then frowned and leapt from the big rock, vanishing into the forest in an instant. So Fong. Nan Tan Nak was startled, then hurriedly cried out. Bang! Should we go check? Lu Waimong grabbed a burning log from the fire, ready to use it as a torch. But So Fong told us not to move. No Tin Noyet hesitated, worried about him. That was when he was here, now he is not, Lu Waimong said seriously. No Tin Noyet pressed her lips then nodded. Sounds reasonable. Come, let's go find him, Lu Waimong urged. Rustle. Just as the three girls were about to enter the forest, the bushes nearby shook, making them tense. Crack crack. Relax, it is me. So Fong's voice came, afraid Nan Tan Nak might shoot an arrow. It is fine, I am well. His figure appeared before them. Who? Nan Tan Nak exhaled, lowering her bowstring, but then noticed his right hand holding a jaguar's body. So Fong casually tossed the beast aside, saying lightly. Danger solved, all safe. So it was a jaguar. Lu Waimong sighed. You scared me, suddenly running into the woods. No Tin Noyet glared at him, then went back to handling the wolves. It startled me before, now I am used to it, Lu Waimong said. Nan Tan Nak stayed silent, recalling eating bear and tiger meat before. Indeed, one must adapt. So Fong smiled, sat back on the rock, ready in case other beasts came near. Time passed slowly. The three girls spent nearly 3 hours handling the wolves and jaguar, hanging the meat to smoke. I am exhausted, my whole body reeks of blood, so awful, Lu Waimong complained, covering her nose. No water to bathe, next time I am not going. No Tin Noyet waved her hand, annoyed at the smell. Rub some ash, it will fade, So Fong said gently. Really? Let me try. No Tin Noyet rubbed some ash on her hand, sniffed and gasped. It really lessens. I will try too. Lu Waimong hurried. Then sleep early, it is late, So Fong said softly. Yes, I feel sleepy. No Tin Noyet stretched, gazing at the starry sky. Nan Tan Nak washed her hands, asked softly. Do we need to take turns guarding? No, relax, I can handle it. So Fong waved his hand. All right. He smiled. Then we sleep, call us if needed. Lu Waimong yawned. Sleep well, So Fong replied. Come. Lu Waimong lay on dry grass. I will sleep with you. No Tin Noyet cuddled close, hugging her waist. I can only sleep holding something. Then hold me. Lu Waimong closed her eyes. Time went by, So Fong saw them asleep. He yawned, then shut his eyes. Sleep a while, he murmured, leaning his chin on his hand. He did not expect when waking it was already morning. Books. They were near Dai Luong. Ah. So Fong stretched, refreshed. He looked around, the three girls still asleep, everything calm. I wonder if Van Han slept well, he muttered, then rekindled the fire to smoke more meat. Ah. Lu Waimong woke, rubbing her eyes. So Fong, good morning. Do not hit me, she mumbled. Morning. Nan Tan Nak also woke, glad nothing happened last night. She hurried up. Wait for me, I am coming. Let's go. Lu Waimong took her hand, smiling as they walked. Be careful, call if danger comes, So Fong warned. Got it. Lu Waimong waved. Ah, my back hurts. No Tin Noyet woke, rubbing her shoulders. A bed and sleeping bag are far more comfortable. So Fong shrugged, no such thing here. Ah. Where are Tan Nak and Wai Mong? No Tin Noyet asked. They went to pick wild greens. So Fong said, glancing up the cliff. She frowned, looked up. You plan to climb? Yes, I want to check the durian tree there. He whispered. Then go, I will watch here. No Tin Noyet waved. Wait until they return first. He shook his head, uneasy leaving her. Fine, or I will be bored. She stretched, then cleaned her mouth with homemade toothpaste. Half an hour later, Lu Wai Mong and Nantan Nok returned with greens. Do not wander, I will climb up and be back soon. So Fong said, then began climbing. Chapter 790, Scatol? Be careful, come back early. Lu Wai Mong raised her head and called loudly. Got it. So Fong did not turn back, soon he safely climbed up the cliff. He looked around, in the distance saw a herd of mountain goats watching him cautiously. The meat is enough, so you are lucky. So Fong smiled and muttered. Tap tap tap. The goats glanced at him, then lowered their heads to graze again. So Fong walked toward the durian tree he remembered. Along the way he found many St. George mushrooms, deciding to pick them later. After nearly half an hour, he smelled a faint foul odor, the unique scent of durian, though weak and unclear. At this time, there should not be new durians. So Fong muttered, last harvest had only been a few months ago, not enough time for new fruits. Well, cannot eat before leaving. So Fong chuckled, once thought of extracting from plants, but the amount needed was too large, so he gave up. He circled the tree, found nothing unusual. Another half hour later, he picked some mushrooms then returned to the cliff, carefully climbing down. Ah, So Fong is back. Below the cliff, Nantan Nok quickly noticed him. So Fong, did you find anything? Lu Wai Mong called curiously. No, but I got many St. George mushrooms. So Fong replied, soon reaching the ground and pulling mushrooms from his pocket. Then tonight we can stew mushrooms. Lu Wai Mong's eyes lit up, long missed that taste. Eat them for breakfast, just in time. No Tin Noyet said. All right, after eating we leave. So Fong clapped and sat by the fire. After breakfast, the four prepared to return to camp. Let me carry these. No Tin Noyet pointed at the pile of skins. Are you sure? So Fong frowned. Of course, I am strong. No Tin Noyet nodded confidently, lifting the bundle of wolf and goat hides. But the next moment, blushing, she barely raised them before putting them back down. What happened? So Fong smiled. I will carry them with you. Nantan Nok said clearly. No Tin Noyet nodded, all right. Then I will take some leopard meat, too much I cannot carry. Lu Wai Mong rolled her sleeves, put meat into her basket. Do what you can, leave the rest to me. So Fong said softly, packing wolf and goat meat into sacks. He split the smoked meat into 2 bags, chopped wood for a pole, then to Nantan Nok's amazement, easily lifted them and walked forward. Tan Nok, why so dazed? No Tin Noyet pushed her gently. Okay. Nantan Nok hurried to help carry hides. So Fong smiled, thinking after 2 hours he would say so again. Time passed, after more than 2 hours the sun blazed, all sweating heavily. I cannot, we must rest. No Tin Noyet gasped. So Fong stopped, gently said, then we rest here. Hoo. No Tin Noyet panted, dropped the hides, sat under a tree, and said dryly, give me water. Here. Nantan Nok handed a bamboo tube. Glug glug. No Tin Noyet drank big gulps, easing her throat. You all drink too. She passed it to So Fong. Okay. He took and drank. Sweaty and sticky, I want to bathe. Lu Waimong pulled at her collar, uncomfortable. Yes, we all smell. No Tin Noyet sniffed her arm, frowning. If only we had perfume. Lu Waimong sighed. No Tin Noyet's eyes lit up, asking, So Fong, can you make perfume? Perfume? So Fong frowned, passed the tube to Lu Waimong, asked, Do you know its ingredients? Fragrance? Extracts from flowers or fruits? No Tin Noyet blinked curiously. So Fong, just say it, stop dodging. Lu Waimong said innocently. Have you heard of 3-methylindole? So Fong smiled. 3-methylindole? No Tin Noyet frowned, thought, shook her head, no, sounds chemical. No. Lu Waimong and Nantan Nok shook heads. 3-methylindole, also called skatole, is a compound. So Fong explained. NK Books. 3-methylindole or skatole exists in animal feces and urine. In strong concentration it is nauseating, but diluted it smells like jasmine, more diluted it smells like ripe fruit. Thus it is used in perfumes and food additives. For example, jasmine perfumes, candies, drinks, and chewing gums often use skatole. Cough, but 3-methylindole comes from feces and urine. So Fong coughed lightly. No way? You mean perfume and food additives come from extracting 3-methylindole from feces and urine? No Tin Noyet was stunned, doubtful. Yes. So Fong smiled, eyes shining. Chapter 791, Basic Operation. Do not be surprised, it is neither poisonous nor harmful, rest assured, we have eaten a lot since childhood. So Fong gently reassured. Lu Waimong's mouth twitched, angrily said, Do you mean we used to chew feces? If you describe it like that, how can anyone have an appetite? So Fong's mouth twitched. I will not chew gum anymore. No Tin Noyet covered her mouth and said gloomily, and I will not spray jasmine perfume either. Even extremely diluted it still has a fruity smell. Nantan Nok quietly reminded. Fruity perfume will not be used anymore. No Tin Noyet said seriously. The spectators who were silent suddenly became noisy, the barrage doubled. When I was young, my mother said that drinks had additives, so drink less. Back then I did not listen, now I understand. You mean I am chewing feces now? Is this taken from the people, used for the people? Damn, how will I face perfume and delicious food in the future? Brother, Ali, this cup made from feces I will drink first. Stop, do not continue, I fear the more you say the harder it is for me to accept. Lu Waimong hurriedly shouted. Ha ha ha. So Fong laughed loudly. Skatole, extracted from feces and urine. Nantan Nok's eyes twitched, this was hard to accept. More than 20 minutes later, the four once again set off. Ha, this time returning will surely surprise Van Han. Lu Waimong laughed slyly. Nantan Nok looked at So Fong choosing a sack, bitterly said, anyone would be shocked. 4 gray wolves plus 1 leopard, no one would believe. That is true. Lu Waimong muttered. Good, speed up. So Fong gently urged, if you are tired, just say, do not force. Okay. The 3 women answered together. Time passed slowly, the 4 advanced not slowly, but still rested 3 times, when near dusk they finally approached the camp. Almost there, hold on. So Fong kindly said, his forehead sweaty, wolf meat and goat meat were heavy. Finally, my waist hurts. Lu Waimong bent, the bamboo basket pressed her to breaking. So Fong whispered, too weak, you must strengthen training. Please spare me. Lu Waimong pleaded. Is that you, So Fong? A girl's voice came from afar. We are back. So Fong shouted. Great, finally back. Van Han's voice sounded. Are you hurt? Van Han ran to So Fong, her beautiful eyes examined. Nothing, very good. So Fong freed a hand, gently pinched the girl's soft cheek. Nan Nu Nok hurried to help with the furs, asked, "Sister, are you hurt?" "Nothing, not a drop of blood." Nan Ton Nok gently reassured. "Rest assured, no one is injured." Lu Wai Mong waved. "Of course, I am about to be crushed, will you not help?" Lu Wai Mong shouted. Okay. Lu Wai Thursday bitterly laughed, quickly took the bamboo basket, sharing the weight. "Enter the courtyard first." So Fong said. Yes. Van Han answered, tried to help So Fong but could not reach. Fine. Van Han pouted, a bit sulky, turned ahead, pushed open the gate for So Fong. Good, you all rest. Van Han said, untying the ropes, taking out the furs. Van Han, are you used to this? Nan Ton Nok asked. Van Han smiled and nodded, yes, it is a habit. Fierce life. Nan Ton Nok sighed. Nan Nu Nok nervously held her sister's hand, asked, Sister, did you meet wolves and a leopard? Yes, it was a wolf pack, but So Fong alone solved it. Nan Ton Nok briefly told. Really? One punch killed a wolf? Nan Nu Nok widened her eyes, face full of disbelief. Do not be surprised, it was just So Fong's basic operation. Lu Wai Mong waved. The Nan sisters fell silent. Tai Vai Din took a deep breath, hearing Nan Ton Nok, regretted not going hunting. Yes, enough food for 2 months, the rest of the time can be used for training. So Fong smiled faintly. Hearing you, I cannot be happy. Lu Wai Mong lowered her head. So Fong shook his head, looked at Tai Vai Din, softly asked, These 2 days of training? Good, as a reward, tonight I will teach you too. Moves. So Fong nodded. Tai Vai Din's eyes lit up, regret vanished. Then, what about my reward? Van Han said. What do you want? A kiss? So Fong laughed mischievously. Van Han blushed, glared at him, scolded, What is that, is this a reward? Ha, is it not? So Fong laughed, pinched her face, the more shy she was the more lovely. What are you two talking about? Lu Wai Mong asked curiously. Nothing. Van Han said, carrying the furs. Aren't you sweaty and uncomfortable? Why not bathe? So Fong said. Yes, I will bathe first. Lu Wai Mong struggled up, dragging her tired body upstairs. Chapter 792. Want to perform a show? Sister Meng, sit down quickly, dinner is ready. Van Han placed the mushroom soup on the wooden table. All right. Lu Wai Meng quickly hung the towel, casually smoothed her short hair, her gaze drawn by the delicious food on the table. Tonight's dinner was rich, not only mushroom soup but also a big pot of stew, stir-fried vegetables, and toasted fruit bread. The bread was stored in the cellar, so it had not been stolen. Thank you, little Van Han. Lu Wai Meng smiled brightly. Van Han smiled, You are welcome. Have you made progress in training these past 2 days? So Fong asked while sipping hot soup. Of course I have, otherwise how could it be worthy of my aching back? Van Han pouted angrily. Good. Van Han nodded firmly, her face full of joy. I want to too. Lu Wai Meng quickly shouted. No Tin Noyet puffed her cheeks, speaking vaguely, Me too. All right, tonight everyone joins. So Fong said helplessly. Haha, hard work. Lu Wai Meng cheerfully ate neat. After nearly 1 hour, they finished dinner, cleaned up, and rested. So Fong stood up, twisted his neck, looked at Tai Vai Din, and whispered, Vai Din, let's go. All right. Tai Vai Din straightened up, quickly followed him downstairs. Shall we play mahjong? Lu Wai Meng rubbed her hands expectantly. Okay. Van Han nodded, her smile blooming like a flower. Lu Wai Meng quickly brought the mahjong box, poured out the tiles. While arranging them she asked, Anyone else? I will. No Tin Noyet raised her hand, arranging tiles in front of her. Join us. Luai Thursday and the Nan sisters said together. I am not good at it, I will not play. Nan Nu Nok waved her hand. All right. Luai Thursday pursed her lips, pulled a chair, and sat opposite the girl. Betting? What kind of bet? Everyone looked curious. Anything works, undress, dance, sing. Luai Meng laughed mischievously. The others are fine, but undressing. Van Han frowned, amazed at her imagination. Why not? I think it's fun, lose once and take off one piece. Luai Meng looked regretful. Luai Thursday tapped her sister's head angrily. What nonsense! If not play, then fine, why hit me? Luai Meng held her head, wronged. So Fong said if we keep playing we will become stupid. When did he say that? Luai Thursday asked suspiciously. Really? I did not hear it yesterday. Nan Nu Nok looked innocent. Luai Thursday stared at her sister. Seems not. Nan Nu Nok replied innocently. Van Han's shoulders shook, holding back laughter. Nu Nok, shut up. Nan Ton Nok laughed. Nan Nu Nok teared up, quickly closed her mouth. All right, the loser performs a show, no undressing. No Tin Noyet mediated. Yes, that's it. Van Han nodded in agreement. Okay, so the loser performs. Van Han repeated. But no cheating. Luai Meng said seriously. That should be said to you. Luai Thursday glared at her sister. What, you don't trust me? Luai Meng pouted. Luai Thursday nodded, exactly. Luai Meng muttered, can't even chat, maybe I am not real sister. Fool. Luai Thursday scolded with a laugh. Humph, forget it. Luai Meng stuck her tongue out. Sister Meng, draw your tiles. Van Han urged gently. Luai Meng laughed, right away. Outside the wooden house, So Fong and Tevai Din stood facing each other. So Fong controlled the drone, waved, continue last time, you have half an hour, use all your moves. All right. Tevai Din had calmed down, treated seriously. Time passed, half an hour ended, all her moves were countered by So Fong. Rest, I will show you how I countered, then you will understand. So Fong recalled the knowledge from the system, ready to refine her moves. So Fong, Van Han is about to perform, do you want to watch? Luai Meng called from the window. So Fong paused, curious, why a performance? Well, okay. So Fong replied, turned to Tevai Din, let's watch first, then continue. Okay. Tevai Din pursed her lips, finally nodded, followed him. What will Van Han perform? So Fong pushed the door open. Win. Or lose, sing, dance, even cough, all works. Luai Meng shut up under her sister's glare. Let me think. Van Han bit her lip, looked at So Fong, found him full of expectation. Maybe dance, is that okay? No Tin Noyet rested her chin, eager, I have never seen you dance. Dance. Van Han nervously said softly, I only know a little la 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 dance. At school she had been pulled into practice a few days just to make numbers for the sports meet. Chapter 793, Unless you cannot hold it. It is normal that you do not know, because I never told you. Van Han answered innocently, at that time So Fong was busy finding a job, so she chose not to disturb him. All right. So Fong nodded thoughtfully, roughly guessing a part. He, I am more and more excited. Luai Meng rubbed her hands and laughed. Me too. No Tin Noyet smiled brightly. Van Han hesitated, do you really want me to dance? Of course, we all look forward to it. Luai Meng nodded quickly, afraid she would change her mind. Fine, but you must not laugh. Van Han blushed. No. Lu Waimong nodded firmly, then whispered, "Unless I cannot hold it. We are waiting for you to perform."
NK Books.
So Fong leaned on the oar and spoke. Van Han shyly nodded, stood firm, raised her hands high, and began swaying. Oh dear. So Fong's mouth twitched. Was this the Lapa dance? The girl changed pose, stepping forward with her left foot, crossing her arms and spinning like a windmill. Lu Waimong covered her mouth, trembling, laughing until her face flushed. Nantan Not clutched her thigh, trying not to laugh aloud. Notin Noyet bit her lip, suppressing laughter. I cannot hold it anymore. Oh my. Tai Bai Din's mouth trembled. Was this really the Lapa dance? Van Han seriously shook her body, waving her hands and jerking, looking quite funny. The audience laughed wildly, comments filled the screen. Ha 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 ha. This is killing me. Who invented this Lapa dance? All ugly moves combined together. I do not want to laugh, unless I cannot hold it. Oh chaotic. Every comment is a talent. My goodness. I will not dance anymore, so embarrassing. Van Han blushed and stomped. Sister Mong, you are so pretty but still laugh? Van Han glared at Lu Waimong. Lu Waimong laughed until her belly hurt, stammering, I cannot hold it. Van Han, who designed this dance, it is too devilish. So Fong laughed and asked. Truly a talent. He teased. Van Han, you have talent in dance. When I hold a performance, will you be my partner? No Tin Noyet invited, still laughing. Sister Tin Noyet, you are really mean. Van Han put her hands on her hips. If you come, tickets will sell well. No Tin Noyet teased, then I will share with you. All right, I will go. Van Han replied seriously. He, why let money control you? She smiled softly. I know, so I just joked. I will not be a clown, leave money making to So Fong. Van Han said innocently. Cough cough, all right, let us continue playing mahjong. Lu Waimong coughed, goosebumps rising. Okay. Van Han sighed, sat back on the chair. So Fong, finish quickly, maybe another show will come soon. Lu Waimong teased. Do you not fear you will lose? So Fong asked amused. Then you must try hard, I look forward to seeing Lu Waimong dance. So Fong looked at the girls. Do not worry, leave it to us. Lu Wai Thursday said sincerely. No Tin Noyet also smiled and nodded, she will fail. What, I will not lose. Lu Waimong shouted, even if I lose, I will perform another act. Undress? Lu Wai Thursday teased her sister. No, I can sing. Lu Waimong murmured. Lu Wai Thursday sighed, you sing? Spare us. Humph, I still want to sing. Lu Waimong said stubbornly. Tai Bai Din also turned away, going downstairs. Continue our training. So Fong clapped, turning to stand firm. All right, I will watch. Tai Bai Din focused, not missing any move. First, your first move, although it looks good, it has many flaws. Each time you punch, your left side is exposed without defense. So Fong demonstrated while explaining. Tai Bai Din listened carefully, nodding, never interrupting. Next move, the flaw is clearer. From the very first step I saw it. So Fong analyzed patiently. Tai Bai Din listened and tried the moves to confirm. Time passed, in no time more than half an hour was gone. Good, today we stop here, if you have any questions, ask now. So Fong stopped, admiring Tai Bai Din's talent, just a hint was enough. No questions for now. Tai Bai Din shook his head, digesting. Quietly. All right, practice then. So Fong yawned. So Fong, guess who just lost? No Tin Noyet's voice rose from above. Waimong. So Fong looked up at her leaning on the window. Smart, correct, reward you with another performance. No Tin Noyet covered her mouth laughing. I am coming right away. So Fong's interest rose. He called, "Let us go, watch the show, time to relax." Oh dear. Taevaidin pursed his lips, only half an hour of practice, now resting? How could So Fong grow strong like this? Chapter 794, The Iron Pot Stewing Oneself. So Fong pushed the door and entered the wooden house, immediately noticing Lu Waimong sitting gloomily on the chair with a troubled face. "How could I lose?" she muttered softly. "Think carefully, what dance were you planning?" No Tin Noyet teased while leaning on the wooden table. Lu Waimong pouted, "Who said I wanted to dance? If you do not dance, what else can you do?" No Tin Noyet asked in mock surprise. "I can sing, I can also do magic tricks." Lu Waimong raised her fingers, but stopped at the second. "You know magic?" Lu Wai Thursday frowned, clearly unaware of her sister's skill. "Complicated ones no, but simple ones are easy." Lu Waimong replied proudly. "Good, then perform." No Tin Noyet clapped, eager to see. Van Han also nodded, "Yes, perform." That makes people expectant. So Fong pulled a chair, waiting calmly. No Tin Noyet urged, "Hurry and start." "Ahem, let me find a prop." Lu Waimong looked around, casually pulled out a chopstick. "Do you plan to make it disappear?" No Tin Noyet raised her brow, her interest sparked. "Look closely, this is a straight chopstick, later I will make it disappear." Lu Waimong declared solemnly. "Yes, continue." Nan Nu Nok nodded vigorously. Lu Waimong held the chopstick with 2 fingers, shaking it before them. "Do not blink." She mimicked TV, shaking faster. "NK books. Dang dang dang, disappear now." Her hands halted, the chopstick vanished. "Ah." Nan Tan Nok widened her eyes, it truly vanished. "I suspect you are insulting my intelligence." Lu Wai Thursday's lips twitched. "This is magic?" No Tin Noyet wanted to laugh. Nan Nu Nok asked, "Is it not magic?" "The chopstick is gone." "The idea is good, but the technique is clumsy." So Fong laughed, pulling the chopstick from behind Lu Waimong's ear. "Ah, how did you see?" Lu Waimong asked in shock. "Your hair was propped by the chopstick, anyone could see." Lu Wai Thursday scolded. "Hee hee, at least I fooled one, so I succeeded." Lu Waimong said smugly. "Fine, you passed, next time you lose you will dance." No Tin Noyet said lightly. She added gently, "Earlier you also said that, then performed magic." "That was an accident, this time I will give my all." Lu Waimong blushed. "Hee hee, wait and see." No Tin Noyet smiled. "Then, shall I play 2 rounds?" So Fong offered. "No." The girls shouted in unison. So Fong smiled wryly, scratching his nose. "Fine, you all play." He chuckled. "Just watch then." Van Han answered softly. "So Fong, shall we play chess?" Nan Tan Nok suggested suddenly. "Sure." His eyes lit up. "I will fetch the set." Nan Tan Nok eagerly grabbed the chess set from the wooden shelf. "We should also make a mahjong set, 8 people can form 2 tables." No Tin Noyet suggested. "Good, tomorrow we will also make more clay pots, since some were broken and stolen." So Fong nodded. "Speaking of lacking, salt is almost gone," the trench collapsed. Van Han sighed, cursing the Zhao brothers in her heart. "We will go to the beach in a few days." So Fong said gently. Van Han sweetly nodded, "Yes, as you arrange." "Do not worry." He reassured her. "Yes." She smiled brightly, turning to set the pieces, eager to see who would lose. "I will take black." Nan Tan Nok declared. "Go." So Fong agreed. "I fear I will lose." She whispered. No need to fear, if So Fong does not yield you surely lose. Lu Waimong smiled, honestly, I just want to see your performance. Sister Mong, you are too mean. Nan Tan Nok smiled bitterly. She insisted, no, I do not believe I will always lose. Youth is good, full of spirit. Lu Waimong sighed. Stop pretending to be mature, it is your turn. Lu Wai Thursday scolded. I know. Lu Waimong turned serious, unwilling to perform again. I will not go easy either, I do not want to perform. So Fong murmured. Me too. Nan Tan Nok said sincerely. Tan Nok, try your best, make So Fong lose, let him perform. No Tin Noyet laughed eagerly. I will try. She replied softly. Van Han looked at them, hiding a laugh. You are pushing him into a pit. Perhaps Tan Nok will really win. Lu Waimong reluctantly played a tile. No Tin Noyet anticipated, I am curious what So Fong would perform if he lost. Why did you not mention the iron pot stewing oneself? Lu Waimong suddenly asked her sister. Ah? The iron pot can stew oneself? Lu Waimong exclaimed in surprise. Chapter 795, Am I the fattest? So Fong and Nan Tan Nok were playing chess, while Van Han and the others gathered to play mahjong. You are about to lose. So Fong placed the rook, capturing the opponent's knight, with his cannon and rook pointing straight at the enemy king. Nan Tan Nok said seriously, let me think. Fine. So Fong crossed his arms and waited quietly. Nan Tan Nok bit her lip, scanning the remaining pieces, calculating. After nearly 8 minutes, she sighed, realizing no move could save her. Admit defeat? So Fong asked softly. Ah, Sister Thursday, you lost. Van Han cheered. It is decided. So Fong smiled, glancing at Lu Wai Thursday, who looked helpless. Hee, sister, have you decided what to perform? Lu Waimong teased. Everyone looked curiously, wondering about her hidden talent. Perform backhand touching the navel? Lu Wai Thursday blushed and stammered. Ah? Is that even a performance? Lu Waimong shouted angrily. Of course, only thin people can do it. Lu Wai Thursday said, lifting her shirt and easily touching her navel from behind. Then I can do it too. Lu Waimong tried, but her fingers still fell short. Why can't I reach it? She kept trying. I am as thin as you, she protested. Where are you thin? Lu Wai Thursday glanced at her waist, clearly a bit larger. Let me try. Van Han said excitedly, lifted her shirt, and easily did it. Seems easy, she smiled. Lu Waimong was speechless. I will try too. No Tin Noyet said confidently. Again, Lu Waimong was silent. I can touch it too. Nan Nu Nok smiled innocently. It is not difficult. Nan Tan Nok tried to hold back laughter. Tai Vai Din also tried, easily succeeding. The room buzzed with chatter. Backhand touching the navel, really easy. Oh no, my hand cannot reach my waist. How fat are you? Ha, I did it too, does that mean I have a goddess body? Wake up, humans and goddesses are not the same, crystal and diamond cannot be alike. NK Books. So am I the fattest one? Lu Waimong asked in disbelief. Seems so. Van Han laughed. So Fong is fatter than you, does that comfort you? No Tin Noyet teased. I am not fat, backhand touching the navel is simple. So Fong said and easily did it. Lu Wai Thursday calmly said, do not waste strength, in days you will give up. No, I will persist. Lu Waimong blushed. I have heard that many times. Lu Wai Thursday replied. You do not believe me? Lu Waimong cried. Think carefully, have you ever kept your words? Lu Wai Thursday sighed. I will complete it all. Lu Wai Mong smiled bitterly. Lu Wai Thursday tapped her head. 10 years or 100 years? Alright, next let Tan Nok perform. No Tin Noyet said. Yes, Tan Nok also lost to So Fong. Lu Wai Mong said excitedly. Sister, you can do a handstand, right? Show us. Nan Nu Nok reminded. Handstand? You can do that? Lu Wai Mong was surprised. A little. Nan Tan Nok admitted shyly, remembering how she learned in the mountains. Hurry up. No Tin Noyet urged. All right. Nan Tan Nok placed her hands on the ground, pushed with her legs, and leaned against the wall in a handstand. So impressive. Van Han clapped. Yes, I cannot learn this. Lu Wai Mong admired. All right, let us stop here today. Everyone is tired. Take a bath and rest early. So Fong said gently. Okay. Everyone stood, cleaning up the chess and mahjong tables. Ah. Lu Wai Mong yawned. After bathing she lay on the bed, glanced at So Fong and asked softly, So Fong, did you forget the massage? Come. So Fong smiled and walked over. Chapter 796, Women Like Flowing Water. So comfortable. Lu Wai Mong lay sprawled on the big bed, relaxing while So Fong's hands massaged her. So Fong curved his lips. Those sounds were really easy to misunderstand. I will soak in the tub first, then it is my turn. Van Han said innocently, taking her washing set from the wooden rack and going downstairs. Van Han, let us go together. Lu Wai Thursday glanced at her younger sister, then quickly followed her downstairs. Next it is my turn to wash. No Tin Noyet whispered, preparing clean clothes and waiting until Van Han finished. Time passed. After So Fong finished with Lu Wai Mong, it was Lu Wai Thursday's turn. The girls bathed in sequence, dried their hair, then replaced Lu Wai Mong's spot. Is the strength suitable? So Fong lowered his head and asked gently. MHM. Van Han answered softly, 947. So Fong smiled, giving her a complete massage routine. After more than 20 minutes, Van Han left the bed with a sore back. Next. So Fong said quietly. Here. Lu Wai Thursday was a little shy, though it was not her first time. She removed her shoes, lay face down, her body tense. All right. Lu Wai Thursday breathed deeply, trying to calm herself. So Fong's fingers moved skillfully, following the same process as with Lu Wai Mong. Time went on, each of the girls took their turn bathing, while So Fong, like flowing water, tended to them one by one. So Fong, you should rest a little too. Nan Tan Nok yawned. She was the last to be massaged, soon fell asleep on the bed. It is time to sleep. So Fong whispered, then in his mind commanded, Mark. The familiar simulation screen appeared, the number 20 lit up, a new day had begun. So Fong stretched, slipped into his sleeping bag. No NGO. The girl beside him turned over, arms and legs wrapped around him like an octopus, purely instinctive. Sleep now. So Fong whispered dotingly, hugging her waist, closing his eyes, soon breathing evenly. At dawn, the first sunlight spread over Huin Noyet Island, darkness faded, warmth rose quickly. After more than 1 hour, Lu Wai Mong muttered in her sleep, frowned, kicked her sleeping bag off the bed. No NGO. Lu Wai Thursday's mouth twitched, half asleep, she woke. She stretched, opened the window, fresh air flowing in. Ngo. She pursed her lips, lit the torch, set the iron pot of water to boil, then took her washing set downstairs. This rare morning free, she intended to finish chores, remembering their life now was given by someone. Nan Tan Nok also woke, yawned, looked to the big bed where others still slept, only Lu Wai Thursday missing. She quietly put on shoes, left the room. Outside, Lu Wai Thursday had finished washing, tending to the rabbit and fawn. Morning. Nan Tan Nok greeted softly. Good morning. Lu Wai Thursday replied. Nantan Nok took a bamboo broom, cleaning leaves while chatting. Why wake so early? Lu Wai Thursday recalled her sister hogging the bed, sighed, could not sleep. Ha? Nantan Nok blinked, puzzled. It is still early, why not sleep more? Lu Wai Thursday asked back. Nantan Nok said honestly, I remembered chores to do. Coo coo. The eagle descended, arriving on time with news. Wait, I will bring you salted meat. Lu Wai Thursday stroked its neck, then went upstairs. Coo coo. The eagle tilted its head, as if reminding the last meat was stolen. Soon she returned with a large piece, placed it before the bird. Eat, then go find the Zhao brothers. Coo coo. The eagle nodded human-like, then carried the meat up to the roof. Did it just nod? Nantan Nok stared in shock. Seems so. Lu Wai Thursday sighed, less and less able to understand So Fong's pets. You handle here, I will clean the pool leaves. NK books. Nantan Nok took her broom, clearing the pool. Lu Wai Thursday gathered the leaves, stacked them in storage, preparing to use them later for fire or bedding for the fawn. Van Han came down, yawning, washing set in hand, sleepy voice, Sister Nok, Sister Thursday, morning. Good morning. Both replied. All right. They echoed again. After half an hour, Lu Wai Mon, No Tin Noyet, and others rose. Morning practice. Te Vai Din hung up her towel, looked at the group. Is this my training team? So Fong stood at the window, watching Te Vai Din lead the morning drills. No Tin Noyet crossed her arms, leaned lazily by the window, chuckled, this is perfect, you can be lazy. Still have not taught other basics. So Fong sighed, planning in 2 days to teach more. I guess Vai Din will be happy, but the others not so much. No Tin Noyet covered her mouth, laughing softly. So Fong just smiled, saying nothing more. Chapter 797, Ginger Olive. Te Vai Din and the girls were holding their stances, while Van Han and No Tin Noyet prepared breakfast. So Fong came downstairs, inspected everything, pointed out a few details, then left again, planning to dig some clay by the stream. I can hardly bear it. Nan Nu Nok bit her lip and spoke innocently. Hold on a little longer. Te Vai Din answered calmly. Nan Nu Nok looked at her serious face and quickly clenched her teeth. The aura of a martial champion was indeed powerful. After more than half an hour, a girl's voice came from the wooden house, everyone, come eat breakfast, remember to wash your hands. All right. Lu Wai Thursday gasped, trying to calm her aching body. Finally breakfast. Lu Wai Mong breathed out in relief. Hurry, wash your hands. So Fong set the clay aside, crouched, and washed his muddy hands. I am done, let me handle breakfast. Lu Wai Mong washed hurriedly and ran inside. Watching her quick moves, So Fong smiled, the training intensity can still be raised. Understood. Te Vai Din nodded. After washing their hands, they returned to the house, where the girl served a fragrant meat soup. No NGO. Nan Nu Nok nodded as she chewed. Eat more if you like it. Van Han smiled, happy that her cooking was appreciated. All right. The girls answered softly. After breakfast, they drank hot tea and rested. Taste the ginger olive, it should be ready. Van Han brought a dish of ginger olive, its aroma spreading. Looks good inside. Nantan Nok's eyes lit up, she took one with ginger and tasted its spicy, fresh, and slightly salty flavor. Delicious. Her eyes sparkled, recalling her father. The flavor seems magnified, but not bad. No Tin Noyet commented as she chewed. Lu Wai Mong was surprised, I actually like this taste. Making ginger olive was simple, peel and crush the ginger, crack the olives, then mix them with salt. Make more, it is good for appetite and digestion, and also for snacks. So Fong said gently. All right. Van Han smiled and turned. Do it tonight, we have training later. So Fong called her back. Van Han stopped, pouted, and said, "Fine, tonight then." Her cheeks turned red. She explained, "It's not what you think." "All right, rest a bit, then continue training. I will make mahjong and pottery." So Fong stretched and went downstairs. "How long is a rest?" Lu Waimong asked. "Half an hour?" Van Han guessed. "Maybe an hour." Nan Nu Nok said innocently. 10 minutes. Tai Vai Din spoke calmly. "Ah, just 10 more minutes, sister?" Lu Waimong pleaded. Lu Wai Thursday poked her sister and scolded, "Because of you, the training will be harder." "Ah? Why me?" Lu Waimong was puzzled. Too lazy to explain. Lu Wai Thursday rolled her eyes and continued eating. Lu Waimong blinked in confusion. More than 10 minutes later, under Tai Vai Din's lead, they stood in line. "Stretch and prepare." She spoke softly. "All movements are fine." They moved skillfully. So Fong glanced at them, then focused on molding clay into mahjong pieces. He spent nearly an hour making over 100 tiles, placing them to dry, then crafted 2 vases and some bowls. "Make a set of Ludo." He looked at the clay left and said. He made a round board about 30 centimeters in diameter, pressing neat round holes in rows. During a break, the girls gathered. "So Fong, what are you making?" Lu Wai Thursday guessed, "Looks like a Ludo board." "Yes, but with 2 horns." Nan Nu Nok said. So Fong smiled, "Correct, it is Ludo." "Ah, another game to play." Lu Waimong said happily. "If you want more fun, I will add 2 more training drills tonight. You will be busy enough." So Fong teased. "No, please spare me, I never said anything." Lu Waimong quickly begged, tired from daytime training. "Oof. You scared me." She glared at him. "All right, help shape the game pieces." So Fong smiled. "How to shape them?" Van Han asked curiously. "Make them into small balls, fitting the board holes." So Fong instructed gently. Chapter 798, Setting Traps. Not long after, a lump of clay the size of half a chicken egg appeared, slightly oval in shape. "Sister Meng, this is too big," Hanin said innocently. "Watch me." She kneaded the clay, using only a bit the size of her thumb, and with nimble hands it quickly became a small ball. "Yes, make them this size." Safong nodded in a calm voice. "Hee, all right." Hanin smiled and kept rolling clay balls. Books. Lu Yiming carefully held the small ball, looked closely and whispered, "So small, I understand." She took more clay, controlled the amount well, and soon finished the first proper ball. "Mine is not far behind," Nan Ruyu said softly, a neat ball resting in her palm. The girls gathered around Safong, squatting and playing with clay, while only Tai Whiting sat quietly on the couch watching. "Sister Whiting, come play." Hanin tilted her head calling, bright with laughter. "Fine, then after we finish the pieces we will train, okay?" Hanin asked hopefully. Tai Whiting smiled and nodded lightly, "All right." Hee, I will roll more than 100 balls," Hanin said gleefully. Tai Whiting's mouth twitched. In truth, Safon would not indulge them. When the pieces reached 80, he ordered them to stop. "Enough, exactly 80 pieces, that will do." His voice was gentle. Ludo normally needs 10 pieces per side. A hexagonal board has 60 pieces, but Safong modified the board into an octagon, so it needs 80 pieces. "Should we make some spare pieces in case some are lost or broken and must be fired again?" Nan Qingyu murmured. "Makes sense, then make 10 more." Safong agreed. 10 more were easy, each person made 2 and it was done. Continue training. Tai Whiting stood and clapped. "All right." The girls reluctantly rose and returned to the yard. "Next is," Tai Whiting said calmly, resuming training. Safong sighed inwardly, thinking only Tai Whiting truly enjoyed training. He crouched, wondering if he should force them to learn combat, though he wished them to defend themselves. Imposing his will felt wrong. Safong, what is it? Tai Whiting asked with concern. Safong recovered, shook his head with a smile. Nothing. Whiting, do not press them too hard, let them volunteer. He sighed. Tai Whiting paused, then nodded. I understand. Life is short, enjoy the pleasures before you. Safong smiled, then rose to wash his hands at the stream because they must wait for the clay to dry before firing. After more than 20 minutes, Tai Whiting clapped. Rest if you are tired. Why rest so soon? Lu Yimeng asked, surprised though fatigued. Ask Safong. Tai Whiting replied, then sat by the pool to soak her feet. Safong, what are you doing? Hanin climbed the stairs, opened the door and looked around. Holding Machio, Safong turned gently and asked, training finished? No rush, in 2 days. His voice was calm. What's wrong? Hanin blinked, sensing something off. Nothing, I just wondered if I push you too hard. He sighed. If I am strong enough I can protect you, learning combat is not essential. You do it for us. Hanin placed her small hand on his cheek and said sweetly. Besides, you said martial practice strengthens the body and helps discipline those we dislike. But being tired every day like this, are you happy? Safong asked as she touched his face. Life is short, enjoying joy matters most. Oh, no wonder you are the scholar, I cannot argue. He smiled ruefully, instinctively held her hand and kissed the back of it. I am not wrong. Her cheeks flushed but she did not pull away. Yes, true. But you are here, so basic training to stay healthy is enough, no need to be overly powerful. Safong grinned and tapped her forehead, confident, because you will not leave my side, I will protect you. Naughty. Hanin lowered her head with a soft reply. So if you dislike fighting, basic exercise to be strong will do. His voice was warm. I understand. Hanin felt a lightness and a faint daze of happiness. Be good, shall we go to the beach tomorrow? He stroked her head. Salt had run low and needed drying. I will stay home to watch the house. She shook her head obediently. Do not worry, before leaving I will set traps. If the Zhao brothers dare come, I will make sure they do not return. Safong said calmly. Traps? Hanin was stunned. Yes, though unlikely they will come, last time they stole meat enough for over a month. Good, but stay cautious. Hanin said seriously. That is why I will prepare traps. Safong smiled, already imagining many trap placements. Chapter 799, All Thanks to Luck. Sofeng, did Junhan just say she wants to go to the beach tomorrow? Lu Yimeng moved to a low wooden stool to sit beside Sofeng, helping break the long branch. Do you not want to go? Sofeng tilted his head with a smile. How could that be? I surely cannot be absent. Lu Yimeng pouted. But should we not leave someone at home? What if the Zhao brothers come, and we are clearly not here, what then? Rest assured, I have a way, just set a few traps. Sofeng grinned with confidence. Using traps on people? Would it not kill them? Even if they are somewhat bad, causing a death will mean elimination. Lu Yimeng asked doubtfully. I will be careful, no one will die. Sofeng could not help but laugh. The rules forbade killing each other, and to win the contest he would not break them. That is good then, you handle it, I trust you. Lu Yimeng smiled gently, tossing the broken branch into the kiln. He stood up, placing the sun-dried pottery into the kiln, then the chessboard and mahjong set, finally 90 chess pieces. Crackle. Sofeng fed more wooden branches, the fire burning stronger. Add more, soon we can have dinner. Lu Yimeng whispered. Sofeng, Sister Meng, come eat dinner. Sure enough, the girl's voice came from the wooden house. Coming. Lu Yiming replied without looking, as if used to it. Let us go. Sofeng entered the storehouse, carried a large bundle of wood, then added a few more logs to the kiln. NK books. Just leave it there, we may need it later. Sofeng casually answered, better prepared than sorry. All right, wash hands and eat. Lu Yiming eagerly stood up, washed her hands in the brook, then quickly returned to the wooden house. In another part of the forest, in a cave, Tranji Hai and Black Bear sat around a fire. Crackle. Burning wood crackled, fire drove away the darkness. Cough, cough. Tranji Hai coughed, moving back to avoid smoke. How do you feel? Black Bear asked in a low voice. Tranji Hai waved. I am fine, very well. These 2 days seemed lucky, each hunt had some gain. The day before yesterday was a wild rabbit, today a pheasant, not much meat but enough for energy and nutrition. Can we eat yet? Tranji Hai asked, staring at the iron pot, swallowing. Not yet. Black Bear replied. We must cook longer to kill parasites, and chicken soup is better when stewed long. Fine. Tranji Hai smacked his lips. If only we had salt. Sweat can replace salt, do you want some? Black Bear said calmly. Ugh, do not disgust me. Tranji Hai angrily replied. Black Bear closed his mouth, silent. Growl. Tranji Hai's stomach rumbled, they returned near dusk, morning meal long digested. I wonder how the Zhao brothers are now. He rubbed his belly. Do not know. Black Bear replied flatly. They might have been eliminated, if so, pity. Tranji Hai smiled. Black Bear glanced at him, indifferent, the Zhao brothers could hardly escape. Maybe truly eliminated, last time a helicopter passed, perhaps it picked them up. Tranji Hai guessed. Black Bear answered simply, setting aside the stick, lifting the iron pot from the fire, placing it on a stone. It can be eaten. Serve me first. Tranji Hai said. Hoo. He accepted the clay bowl, gently blew, then sipped hot soup, brows furrowing, yet he swallowed. As expected, without salt it is hard to swallow. He stuck out his tongue. Hoo. Growl. Black Bear silently lifted his bowl, blew and drank a large mouthful, face unchanged, soothing hunger. Ah. Tranji Hai sighed, pinched nose and drank, then picked up chopsticks to gnaw chicken. Awful, truly awful. He complained while eating greedily, even chewing bones. Black Bear's mouth twitched. Over 10 minutes later, the pot of chicken soup was gone. Burp. Tranji Hai burped, in fact little meat eaten, stomach full of soup. Clatter. Tomorrow, will we get prey? Tranji Hai lay back on the rock wall. Depends on luck. Black Bear spoke plainly. He shrugged, uninterested. Ah. Tranji Hai sighed, truth was black. Bear was the best among them, otherwise he would not be here. Crackle. Wood burst, sparks shot, extinguished before falling. The cave grew quiet. Black Bear closed eyes to rest, Tranji Hai stared in thought, brows tensing and relaxing. Nothing else, sleep early, tomorrow hunt. Black Bear said with eyes closed. Tranji Hai replied, lying down, staring at the fire before shutting his eyes. Chapter 800, Turned into a Midwife. Ho ho. So Fong sat before the furnace, occasionally adding a log. Creak. Tap tap. Van Han pushed the door, walked downstairs, holding a ceramic cup filled with pine leaf tea. Not asleep yet? So Fong turned his head when he heard the sound. Van Han handed the cup to So Fong and gently said, I will sleep in a while. She then took out an olive twig from her chest, placed it in his hand, and softly said, When you are bored, you can chew it. You are always thoughtful. So Fong held the cup, spoke gently, then tucked the twig into his chest, pulled the girl into his arms, and lowered his head to kiss her. Mum. The girl was startled at first, then calmed, closed her eyes, but her long eyelashes trembled, showing her restless heart. Ho ho ho. After a long while, the girl rubbed her blushing face and left his arms. Do you want more? So Fong licked his lips, smiling slyly. Ha ha ha. He laughed softly. Van Han bit her lip, hesitated, then whispered, Do you still want it? After some time, she wiped the moisture at her lips with her hand, her eyes carrying slight resentment. Ahem, are they all asleep? So Fong coughed, then awkwardly crossed his legs. Yes, all asleep. Van Han tucked the strand of hair behind her ear. In the room, the night cats that were still awake launched a barrage. What the hell, almost climbing the mountain, then stopping? Is So Fong failing? Here it comes, saying I am a strange one. Nonsense, So Fong takes care of the little lowly well, she is only 18. Yes, do not think everyone is as filthy as you. It is almost midnight, why are so many people awake? You should also sleep soon, staying up late is not good for the skin. So Fong spoke gently. Van Han nodded obediently, reminding, All right, you also should not stay too late. Yes, go on then. So Fong smiled and nodded. The girl stepped lightly upstairs, carefully pushed the door, and went inside. Such a long night. So Fong adjusted his clothes, glanced at the drone, smiled wryly, then sat upright and added more firewood. He chewed the olive twig, keeping the fire alive through the night. Ah. After a while, he yawned, then gave a command in his mind, Mark. Immediately, the familiar virtual screen appeared before him, showing day 21 glowing. Then the system voice said, Ding, 7-day mark, 1 beginner gift pack obtained. I wonder what will be inside this time. So Fong muttered, then ordered, Open the gift pack. Ding. Beginner Animal Midwifery Experience Pack. Ding. Beginner Hypnosis Technique Experience Pack. Ho, maybe useful later. He inhaled deeply, comforting himself. He sat quietly, then added more firewood, afraid he might faint and ruin everything in the furnace. Open the Plant Grafting Experience Pack. He commanded. Ding. Plant Grafting Experience Pack is being transferred. A familiar pain appeared in his mind, dispersing fatigue and bringing new knowledge. The pain was tolerable, lasting over 10 minutes before disappearing. Ho ho. So Fong exhaled, then began to organize the new knowledge. The Plant Grafting Experience Pack contained knowledge such as increasing mango yield by grafting. As long as young trees were grafted with high-yielding branches, they would change. It seems powerful. He murmured, digesting the knowledge. He guessed that in the future he might create new species by grafting. Experiments are needed. He muttered. After sitting for a while, he opened the second gift pack. Open the next gift pack. Ding. Animal Midwifery Experience Pack is being transferred. The familiar pain returned, along with countless texts, images, and videos deeply engraved in his mind. Ah. He muttered, How did I become a midwife now? The knowledge was not only about animals but also humans, as humans are high-intelligence animals. All right, better not look closely. He shook his head quickly and ordered, Open the last gift pack. This time, his head felt like struck by a heavy club, intense pain spreading as if to explode. Creak. He clenched his teeth, tried to keep calm, bowed his head to avoid being recorded by the drone. His body trembled, knowledge poured in endlessly. Damn it. He forced out 3 words, his voice trembling. His face lost all color, pale like bloodless.